That's fast. This is the 2020 BMW X7 M50i. Now I'm super excited to bring this car to you guys. It's at Elmer's BMW for sale, and we're gonna go over today kind of some of the differences between this and the base X7 and why you should maybe consider buying one of these yourself. So let's get into the video. So like every other M50i model, you're gonna get this beautiful kind of brushed aluminum style trim. Of course it's plastic, but it's beautiful, and you got these big massive grills on the X7, of course. Now looking here, you can see that it is like a dynamic grill, so it'll open and close whether or not the car needs air, respectively. So that's really, really cool. Of course, this is being used on a lot of the newer cars like the X3M and the new X6, etc. So looking here, of course, you got BMW's laser lights, which are incredibly bright, of course, and then you got just the most insane technology that really light up the road and you know, make it the absolute best possible scenario for the driver while looking amazing at the same time. Of course, guys, you got the amazing aggressive front grille here. Of course, you got a little bit more of those accents across the bumper. You're going to see a lot of that on the car, and then of course, you know, the kind of like M3, M4, M5 style aggressive front grille that looks stunning on this car. I think this is a very aggressive car, you know, from the get, and now with the M50i, you know, the styling is just superb. This is just a car that I think fits anyone and really makes a statement on the road. Taking a look at the side of the car, of course, you got these amazing 21-inch M double spoke wheels that look fantastic on this car. They look similar to the M5 wheels as well, but of course they're bigger on this car. Looking here, of course, you see, just like on the base X7, this would be chrome or black depending on what package you got. This is the brush trim as well that looks fantastic, and then follows along the down, you know, right above the side skirt of the car on the underneath the door right there. So it doesn't seem like it, but this trim actually makes a huge difference in all these cars, making it look more aggressive and newer. You know, classic styling, chrome does look really good, but when you have all this nice, you know, brushed accents with the gloss black trim, it really just says something about the car and who's driving it. It just looks a little bit more stylish in today's day and age, at least in my opinion. So coming around the back, of course, you've got the X7 designation, followed by the M50i, which we'll go over in a second. As to the motor, it's not a 5-liter, it's actually a 4.4-liter twin turbocharged V8, but that's the designation for, you know, the mid-grade models that are right before the M model. So of course, there's no X7M yet, but there's gonna be one coming, and I'm sure that's gonna be stunning, but I've always kind of been one for the M50i models because it gives you that perfect in-between, you know, because in my opinion, an SUV, I don't need, you know, that kind of crazy power, but that nice middle ground with having a nice V8 rumble, which we'll insert here. Along with amazing looks and the updated, you know, bumpers and stuff like that, it's perfect for me. But whether or not it's perfect for you is up to you. But this car is available for sale, like I said, at Elmer's BMW, and I'll leave a link down in the description below. So that being said, let's take this car for a quick drive and go over some of the, you know, rideability of the actual vehicle itself. So stepping behind the wheel of the X7 is an absolute treat. Now, of course, with any BMW SUV or SAV, it's going to be a fantastic ride. There's no doubt there. But what's amazing about this car and all the power that it has is that it doesn't seem like aggressive and crazy when you have it in, you know, Eco Pro or adaptive or comfort mode, until you want, you know, that specific performance out of the vehicle. You could put it in a sport, or if the adaptive, you know, mode knows or feels that you're, you know, trying to drive more aggressively, it'll adapt to that style. But when you put it in sport, of course, you got these beautiful paddle shifters. It is an absolute blast to drive. This car feels literally like an M3 or M5 that's just, you know, higher off the ground. It pulls like ridiculously strong, and of course, like as you'd expect, you know, very linear power band. With that twin turbo V8, that's absolutely fantastic, guys. The ride in here is super comfortable. Of course, this is BMW's, you know, flagship, similar to, you know, the sizing of an Audi Q7 or a Range Rover full size. Any of those vehicles, you know, personally, I've driven most of them. I just see one here right now. Very common. What's great about the X7 is that it just came out. You're not going to see them everywhere, and when they do show up, it's got an amazing presence. Beautiful looks. Drives amazing, super comfortable. I could literally drive in this for hours. If I had to choose a car for a road trip, this would be it. Of course, they're a little bit on the more expensive side, given this is BMW's, you know, flagship SUV. But guys, you really cannot go wrong when it comes to these cars. It is beautiful to drive. On the inside of this car, you've got beautiful everything. You know, you've got the newest iDrive, a touchscreen display, all these beautiful metal finish controls. You've got the glass package, so you've got the diamond shifter that looks amazing, all these crystal accents that look just fantastic. I can't get over how perfectly this car was built. I mean, you got the Alcantara headliner, and on top, you know, kind of one of BMW's more, you know, flagship moves with the M6s and all that stuff, the 7 Series, etc. And some of the higher option cars, you're going to get that beautiful headliner. Of course, the roof that goes all the way back to the rear seats, and just an incredible looking everything. They didn't miss a beat in this car. You got the LED or LCD display rather. That's fantastic. It's got your different modes on there, and of course, you've got to see that beautiful X7 M50i badge the whole time you're driving the car, which is absolutely awesome. And it's cool because when you switch between modes, it'll show you on the dash, and it'll keep a completely, you know, different look for each of the modes. And then of course you've got, you know, navigation in the center. That's perfect, and it makes you kind of be able to keep your eyes straight on the road. That is just amazing. That's, you know, everything in BMWs has always been driver focused, and this is no exception. It's absolutely phenomenal. And the downshifts and the upshifts of this car are so fast. You've got the 8-speed automatic transmission that is absolutely stunning. You know, coming from the DCT and the older M cars, or, you know, the previous generation M cars like the F80 and the F10 M5, etc. You know, I was kind of hesitant to all these cars having ZF, you know, 8-speed automatic transmission, but I will say it is so fast and it suits the car so well that I just can't get over the fact that this isn't an SUV, and it's, you know, incredibly, you know, bulletproof and reliable as well. So this monster of a motor, like we said, is a 4.4 liter twin turbocharged V8 that produces 523 horsepower and 553 foot-pounds of torque, which is absolutely insane. This huge SUV goes 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, which is just, how could you beat it? It can fit the whole family. It's incredibly fast. It's incredibly, you know, amazing to drive. It's super comfortable, and you just, I don't know. Range Rover, Mercedes, are they gonna keep up with this thing? Who knows? All I can say is that this SUV is top notch. Guys, with that being said, I want to thank you so very much for watching this quick look at the 2020 BMW X7 M50i. As I said before, it is for sale at Elmhurst BMW in Elmhurst, Illinois, the best dealership in the Midwest, period. So guys, as always, like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Subscribing would mean the absolute world to me. You can follow me on Instagram at SULKR_media for all the behind the scenes and pictures of these beautiful cars as well, guys. So as always, once again, thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.